Also, a special thanks to Tarin Smith for coming on the show. This won't be the end of the show yet, but the reason I bring up Tarin Smith now is because he is the player that I'll be breaking down on this week's edition of Player Breakdown, the 8th edition of this segment. And, couldn't find many game clips of Tarin on the internet. Most of these players, some have a lot of game footage on the internet, some don't. But for Tarin, I got him to send me 3 clips. Asked him to send me clips. He ended up sending me 3. And yeah, Tarin, from what I've seen from these clips, these 3 clips that I had, I feel like could be a demonstration of, what he does consistently out there and what he kind of talked about throughout the interview that I did with him. So this is a player that got drafted in the first round of the WHL draft in 2021, as mentioned before. So this past December, and he's a 15-year-old player. His birthday coming up in March on the 24th. So going to be turning 16 before he knows it. Of course, it is February now. No, it is not February now. It is the day before February, January 31st, which is crazy. Time absolutely flies. But listed on eliteprospects.com, he is 6'1", 174 pounds, and not sure if he's going to grow anymore in his lifetime. He might put on a few more inches. Who knows? Maybe he gets another big growth spurt. That happens with some people, right? But he can definitely continue to put on some more weight. He's already at a pretty good weight for his age. I'd say 174 pounds. He said that he did a lot of strength training in his off season, some cardio training as well. And I feel like his strength training has definitely shown out there. He looks like a pretty big presence out there on the ice. But from Porcupine Plain, Saskatchewan, so far this season, as mentioned, he has 28 points in 34 games played. He's played 2 games already with the Everett Silvertips and was able to have a good experience there. But let's dive into the game clips now of Tarin Smith, number 24, defenseman of the Saskatoon Blazers draft pick of the Everett Silvertips. Gotta load up the clips here, folks, and then we can get right on into it. So taking a look at it, got to go into the right folder here, and taking a look. Where's it at? Here it is. Tarin Smith, everybody. This is his game tape, and just starting off. I mean, it's just Tarin. He's good on the rush. Very dangerous defenseman on the rush here, and I think he displays it here in this clip, and he's very confident out there the way he carries himself and carries the puck in this clip and the way he's able to make this move. But you're going to see here, Tarin is the defenseman here closest. Well, he's the player closest to the camera, who is shooting the video. He's right behind the ref right here, and going to follow Tarin here on the play. Tarin going to end up getting the cross-ice pass, receiving it. You don't see him receive the pass, but he ends up receiving it. He goes in, and Tarin ends up staying wide at first, but then he's going to see this defenseman turn his feet, and he's going to be at a disadvantage here because Tarin has that puck on the forehand still, and he has some options here. He could potentially make a pass to this player here if there is an opening. Not the highest quality play that he could make here. He can continue to go wide, but what Tarin is going to do here is he's going to want to attack the middle of the ice. And the way to do that is, either he cuts to the middle now or he waits a bit longer to do a toe drag like he does here. This defenseman in bad positioning, he ends up poke checking, and as soon as he poke checks, Tarin toe drags it into a good position for him to shoot it, eliminates that player, gets by him, and roofs it upstairs. Now, that's him on the rush. Very confident, right? Very creative to be able to make that move. Saw the ice very well, saw the opening he could have had, the position he could have been in if he did make that move, and he did exactly that. But, his great vision on display here. Take a look at this one here. Going to play it in full, and then I'm going to run it back. This is a thing of beauty. A beautiful stretch pass to a teammate, finding that seam, and ends up in the back of the net for a goal. But take a look at Tarin here, what he sees. And Tarin, he's going to see that there is a player for the opposing team. I'm not sure who they were playing. I assume all these clips are from this year. This player is going to be the player that Tarin has to worry about. There's the player near the blue line here who's not in the greatest position. And there's also, I believe, another player that is on the left side of Tarin. I mean, I guess the right side for where I'm looking at this play. But he's going to see that this player in the middle here, that's closest to attacking Tarin that has a chance, is going to go towards the middle and actually open up this whole left side here nicely for Tarin to make this pass. And Tarin realizes that there's not another forward high that's in the middle in the offensive zone for that team, as he's in the defensive zone, and he is going to see that he has a seam to pass it. He puts enough zip on this puck to his teammates, or to his teammate up in the neutral zone, and Tarin does exactly that, sees the seam open, sees the open pass in lane, and makes that pass right there. Just a thing of beauty from Tarin to have that patience, to have that awareness, to make a play that was there for the taking, and he executes it. But talking about Tarin now, his ability to lay the body, he does exactly that on this play here coming up. Let's pause for a second, but look at Tarin here, boom, lays the body. And, just that strength. I mean, he, fell after the hit, but just that ability, that confidence to use the body, definitely going into the strength that he has out there as a player now after that offseason he had to work on his strength. But yeah, Tarin, a player that can distribute that puck at a high level, 24 assists, the leads defenseman on his team in assists, and is third on his team in assists. He obviously doesn't have the most goals in the world, but has a pretty good shot. And he's just a player that's very good on the rush, very good awareness out there. I think that plays into his IQ. And he's a guy that, uses his body to his advantage now, a guy that got stronger over the offseason, and it's definitely shown in his game. So overall, like I've said many times, good on the rush, great vision, can lay the body. He's a good passer. He's a great passer, honestly. And, he's got a good shot, too, from what I've seen. So the Everett Silvertips, I mean, they must be excited to have a player like this who's going to continue growing and going to continue to gain more confidence. And that's what I think is a huge thing in Tarin's game. If he is confident, like he said, he's the most confident he's ever been. He, can do some great things if he's able to have that confidence. And I'm excited to see what the future holds for Tarin Smith here in the world of hockey.